Morning, folks. Firstly, I will apologise for my appearance because I'm so tired. Like, I'm getting really good night's sleep, like good quality sleep, 5 hours on average a night, which for me in this surrounding is pretty good. But I've been feeling so physically exhausted, even just going up the stairs. I have to like catch my breath. I mean, partly it's because I'm not allowed to do any exercise, so I'm unfit, really unfit at the minute. But just yawning constantly and just feeling like my eyelids are going to shut. And I said to my nurse, why is it that this is so bad? I mean, I know everyone's tired to some extent, but this is really bad. And she was like, Harriet, it's because you're still going through the refeeding syndrome. When your body's been in starvation mode for so long, and then you suddenly start to re-kick your metabolism, re-kick your digestive system, your body goes into overdrive and it doesn't actually know really how to cope. And so it's using all the energy to just try and get your organs working properly again and getting your digestive system moving and things like that, and you just don't realise, you just take it all for granted, basically. So at least I have more reason to understand why I'm so tired. Something else I've noticed is I'm getting a lot of like calcium spots on my face, on my back, on my hands, which again one of the nurses explained is again part of the refeeding. When you're providing your body with the things it's been needing for so long, sometimes if you give it too much all at once, like I mean I'm having a pint of milk a day, ice cream, yogurt, cheesy things, your body deposits that your body deposits them in areas all over your body. I mean, they're not big. I mean, you can't even see them, but I can feel them, and they're little like there, little like white little things. And my nails are growing. Look, white bits. I never get white bits, so I'm really happy about that. But let me carry on. Day before yesterday, I had my first hot pudding. I wasn't meant to have my first hot pudding till next week, but something happened which I will explain. Basically, last week I was going through a certain womanly time. Sorry for all you boys out there that might find that uncomfortable. It's life. Deal with it. And I'm sure I speak for every woman that when that's happening, all you want to do is stuff your face full of chocolate and just comfort eat, basically, because your body needs more iron and things like that, and it's just craving things to help it cope, basically. And I was so annoyed because I'd had my evening meal, my ice cream and my dinner, and I was like, I cannot go another day having the same things over and over again. It's doing my head in. I've got no variety, and it's only really to do with the puddings because they're the same for me every day. Yogurt after my lunch, ice cream after my dinner. Hair. And I just couldn't face the thought of another day just having the same stuff, because whereas a month ago ice cream and a thick and creamy yogurt would be a treat, are now just part of my normal daily food regime. And so I went through a period of thinking, hang on, is this greed that's fueling this? Is it the eating disorder that's wanting me to have the pudding because that's, because it's associated with maybe typical sort of binging tendencies? Or is it just me that actually wants it? Am I just actually able to listen to what my body's asking for and respond to it? So I was toying like for hours going, should I be asking for it? What do I do? And so I went to my nurse and explained the situation. She was like, Harry, I totally understand. I'm not surprised you're feeling this way. I'd be sick and tired of yogurt and ice cream every day. And she totally kind of rewarded me for actually going up and being honest about it, because I've gone for a month now without indulging in any negative behaviours, no restriction, no vomiting, nothing like that, no anything else along those lines. I won't go into it. I still find it very uncomfortable. So I was in a really messed up way. And then I thought, this is weird. I'm in an eating disorder unit and I'm requesting pudding. Who does that? And she says, like, you're not the first, you won't be the last. And it's just really bizarre because I see some girls literally almost crying into their desserts, going, stressing about it. But the girls that are doing that are typically the anorexic patients, whereas my diagnosis is anorexia sub binge purge. So I am used to putting food into my mouth. 6 years ago I wasn't, because I wasn't eating anything at all. So it's very different. So again, it's comparing the thoughts and feelings now to what they were like 6 years ago, and I totally empathise with those girls that are really damn struggling with their puddings, but I'm in a different sort of situation to them, essentially. And then I found myself really wanting to restrict my snack afterwards, because I'd had my hot pudding yesterday and I really did enjoy it. It was like pineapple sponge and custard, and it wasn't the best, but it hit the spot. It did what I needed it to do. But then I felt guilty and found myself thinking, oh, you know, I wonder if I could just have half of my snack and hide the other half, and having some just basically very negative, unhelpful feelings. I didn't do anything of the sort. I got on with my snack and ate it. But it was the fact that I was still dealing with those really negative, unhelpful thoughts like, oh, but you've had a pudding, you need to compensate for this somehow by restricting, which is what I've been doing, essentially, or not eating at all. But I got over it because I realised that, you know, these bad feelings that I'm going through, they're the reason I'm here, and I need to get rid of them. So I need to feel them to overcome them, if you see what I'm saying. Like, it gets worse before it gets better, essentially. And then we just had a dietetic group, and she wants us to come up with some ideas for some new groups. So I suggested learning about cultures and their foods, because I personally have a problem with carbs. Like, I really struggle with them. But Italians, for example, have a very carb-heavy diet, like pizza and pasta. But as a nation, they're not an overweight nation. They still have a very healthy diet, you know, and things like that. And then, like, Japanese culture with a lot of raw fish, rice, really kind of clean food. And then I got thinking, hang on, Muesli Monday's coming up. Because I know that cereal is denser than something like Rice Krispies or cornflakes, do I basically not need to put as much in my bowl as I would if I was having Rice Krispies, because I know it's denser and higher energy? And sort of thinking, or do I still have the same portion? And it's because I don't know the answer that it's really frustrating me, but then I can't expect to know the answer yet because I'm still learning about these things. But hopefully I'm going to speak to the dietitian before Monday just to get some clarification on, when I have my muesli on Monday, do I still need to put the same amount in the bowl regardless of the fact that I know that it's denser and it's higher energy, or can I, you know, have a slightly smaller portion? Yeah, but then I don't want that to be perceived as me wanting to get out of eating more. Do you see what I mean? So it's really tricky. But I'll have a word and see where I get with that. So yeah, so it's Friday, weekend coming up. TV should be good. There's Gogglebox, X Factor, something else as well. Graham Norton show. Looking forward to that. So yeah, probably going to be a bit of a boring weekend. A lot of people are going home. So I'll try and keep myself as busy as I can. But I'll probably leave it there. All right, everybody. Bye.